What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Frank Warren. Frank Warren had this to say about Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte. He said he is furious, and he states that Dillian Whyte is either badly advised or plain stupid, says Frank Warren, who lays into Tyson Fury's opponent for being totally unprofessional. Frank Warren did not hold back his thoughts on Dillian Whyte, saying that he is either badly advised or plain stupid for the way that he acted in the recent days and weeks. Warren told the heavyweight to take up his issues he has with the amount of money that he is receiving to fight Tyson Fury with the WBC rather than him. Whyte will challenge the Gypsy King for the WBC heavyweight title live on Talk Sports, or should I say BT Sports and ESPN over here, okay? And Frank Warren had this to say. He said they had a smoking gun, so that smoking gun has been fired. We've sold the tickets. That has really backfired in a way, and it's a shame because he wanted them to be at the press conference. He said, we wanted to see Dillian Whyte, irrespective of being totally unprofessional in the way he's behaving to help promote this fight. The fact is that it will be a good fight. He's a good challenge for Tyson, and I'm sure it's a big moment for him all this time after he's been waiting. And by the way, it's not my fault he's been waiting. He's been with Matchroom. They had the world champion for God knows how long, so don't hold us accountable for all the problems that he's experienced. This guy who's been bleeding, saying he's been there in the position for 1,200 days, whatever it is, and he's got a problem with the WBC, which is not my problem, and that's between them and for them to resolve. Let me stop there. Frank Warren, Bob Arum, I didn't see Bob there, so Bob wasn't there. Frank Warren was there. You know, he is the representing British promoter for Tyson Fury, co-promoter. And he's saying he's badly advised and just plain stupid. It would seem that way, because when I first seen that Dillian Whyte wasn't there, I was like, fuck, what's the deal? But I found out later on. I found out there's no upside. You guys seen the interview with Dean White, but there's no upside for Dillian Whyte. He's getting what he's getting. The only incentive that he's getting is if he beats Tyson Fury, they will give him more money. Just like Andy Ruiz received, you know, he received more money on the second fight or whatever, or however that went, from Al Heyman. So that's an incentive. But other than that, there's nothing else. And I think Dillian Whyte is torn between the fact that he's been dealing with the WBC. He's been shitted on very badly. You know, they offer this man 20%. That's the lowest possible amount that you could ever give someone. So that showed you what they thought of him. They wanted to put him on that shitty ass jet, or a plane, and not a jet. They wanted to put him on a plane for some cheap airline tickets along with the general public. And there's all types of things that hasn't been resolved, or should I say resolved, in his situation. So I think he used that as a reason to not show up, because it's like Dean White said, if you wanted a guy to be there that bad, giving him a private jet wouldn't have been that bad. That ain't out of the fucking ordinary. You know, so that's just, a lot of people say, oh, it's unprofessional, they didn't get here, but if you gave him the minimal of accommodations to get there, he's going to feel the same way he's felt for damn near, 1,200 days. Okay, and it doesn't have to be Mauricio with the WBC. It's just showing them how they perceive Dillian Whyte as a fighter. And they bring up that one fucking fight purse to Povetkin's rematch as an excuse on why they could give or share that amount of money with Dillian Whyte. See, yeah, it's the same. It's a massive amount of money, but not that much massive compared to what Dillian Whyte already made. This ain't a Deontay Wilder issue. Deontay Wilder, they offered this motherfucker 12.5. He called it slave wages. Then they offered him $15 million. He said he accepted it, him and his team. Then they said they didn't accept it. This is real shit, you know. And those type of prices, 12.5, 15 million, right, alone, is way more than Deontay Wilder ever made. Dillian Whyte is not in the same boat. Dillian Whyte sells out O2 arenas. He has his own headline fights. He makes $4 to $5 million, you know, probably plus the upside on his fights. So for you saying that, hey, we're giving you so much fucking more money by giving you 8 million pounds is stupid. And I don't think Eddie Hearn advised him to do anything bad. You know, now me hearing Eddie Hearn, he's like, you know, I don't think Eddie Hearn really cared. Because Eddie Hearn has bigger fish to fry, let's be real. It's not all about Dillian Whyte. It's not. But I guarantee you, if Dillian Whyte does upset Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, people will change their whole perception of who Dillian Whyte's supposed to be and who he is versus who he was and who they perceived him to be back then. Because they perceived him to be a schmuck, a small fry, a back burner. Right? They abused Dillian Whyte. They took this man's money. He paid all his sanctioning fees. And they fucked him. Now, for Frank saying, hey, well, he's been there with a champion for how long? Not the champion that he was ranked with. Not Joshua. And then he turned down the fight with Joshua anyway. Let's be real. He did that. He turned down 4 or 5 million. And he did it because he wanted more money if he knocks out Anthony Joshua. And they didn't want to do that. So there you have it. Okay, so Frank Warren said, hey, he should have been here. I feel in some reasons that he should have been there to defend himself and all this, that, and the other. But if you know and understand everything else that was involved, there's still a lot of bad blood and animosity from Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte to BT Sports to Tyson Fury and Frank Warren and to the WBC. So, you know, Dillian Whyte's probably in a mode like, you know what, fuck all that. I don't need all that. You're not paying me no upside. I don't necessarily have to be there. He didn't get penalized for not showing up. He didn't get a demerit or something like that, right? No, because he really did not have to show up. On a pragmatic tip, he did not have to show up, so he didn't. Oh, you gonna put me in what? Fuck you. I'm staying here. And stay tuned, guys. I have another interview with Dean Whyte, and we can break that down because he's supposed to see Dillian. So we're going to see where Dillian is right now, physically, mentally, spiritually. So stay tuned for that. You guys tell me what you think of Frank Warren saying that he's been badly advised or plain stupid. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!